Okay, Shu, so let's start off with your Mead Street property here. Now, we went through our Zillow. We retrieved all the information off Zillow and answered all the questions on the valuation checklist. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms it is. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, or a 3-1. It was built in 1900, was the year it was built. The quality of the construction, it's 1900, and as you noticed, it's very poor with those potential structural issues that we saw with the cracks in the foundation. The square footage is 1,120 square feet. The carport, it has a 1-car garage, and I'll show you how I know that. Here's the house, right? Here's the garage. I'm just kind of assuming that that's the case. House, garage. This is a 1-car. I can tell it's about 8 feet wide, so that's a 1-car garage. Okay. The street, I did my, pardon me, I went around, and you can do the street view. So when I did the street view and roamed around the area, it looks like a quiet street. It doesn't look real busy, right? There's not a lot of cars. Doesn't look like there's a lot of traffic. So this is one way to cruise or peruse your different streets, and I can tell it's not a major thoroughfare, okay? But I can see that there's apartment buildings across the street. I can see there's apartments over there, single family there it looks like, and then of course our subject property. So after cruising around, perusing the neighborhood as it were, it looks like a quiet street. The neighborhood though, it is a mixed use. It has apartments that I can see, and it's close to Colfax. Now I saw it was close to Colfax because when I went on the map, it's right here, right? It's 1-2 blocks away from Colfax. You have Sanchez Park right there, which is nice. But this is kind of the hood, right? And how we know that is we went through and we did our 10-year, our percentage change. By the way, you can go on here and change your percent. That's the easiest way to see your historic relevance. And then when I went on to Trulia and the crime, I saw that, hey, it's in a green area, but it's surrounded by some red areas, okay? So that's how I got through all that. Then Zestimate 211, 238. The Zestimate forecast was 5.1%. The rent looks like it's about $1,500 for a 3-bedroom, 1-bath in that area. So that puts our commercial valuation, which is the 1% rule. You'll hear more about this as you get more and more involved in the buy and hold or apartment buildings or the commercial type aspect. So this is our value if we were going for a commercial valuation. $153,000. It's the 1% rule. So take your rent, which is $1,532 a month, multiply it by 100, and you come up with $153,000. Now the crime, like I said, it was yellow, not bad, but was surrounded by some of the red. The amenities, close to a park. Federal and Colfax, lots of shopping. We all know Federal and Colfax, it can be a little bit gray area. Okay, the restaurants are okay. There's a theater downtown a mile or so. Good for amenities, but in a tougher part of town. Okay, the trending is up around 15% since the crash back in December of 2009. Here was about the crash, right about here, February 2009, and then the trend's been up, right? Now you can look at Denver, you can look at West Colfax, or you can look at this home. I like to go with the West Colfax, which is this trend right here. So the bottom was right around, actually August of 2009. February, August, something around here. And then from here at -7 or almost 8%, -10%, -11 here. And now for the zip code, it's up 14. So it's up almost 25%. So let's change that. So it's up 25% since about 2009. The transportation, 3 blocks to Colfax, right? It's within 3 blocks of Colfax. And also, just to let you know, I know this area, so I know there's a W train right along here, right along Colfax. So it's real close to the W train, okay? So I put that in there, and W train. Schools scored 1 to 2 on a scale of 10. Show you how I found that. I'm sure you already know this, but Here's the schools. So you go down to the neighborhood and the schools. Here's our school rating. 1, 1, and 2. Not great, right? Definitely wouldn't want my kids going to school there. But that doesn't mean that, people who can afford these areas, they want to live here. So just mark it 1 to 2 on a scale of 10. And then we go into here. From here on out, we use the Metro List, or what's called the MLS, Multiple Listing Service. So from number 17 on, we're going to get into comparable properties and researching on the MLS. To give you an idea what that is, it's right here. It's what your broker gives you access to. So your real estate broker will give you access to the MLS, and then you'll do the next part of the valuation. We'll see you on the next one.